Hello, brick sculptors. Welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and today we're going to try something a little bit different. This video today, we're going to make 4 different small trees. These could be young trees, these could be smaller variety of trees, but trees you can use to accent your Lego cities, mocks, etc. And I want to try something different here because I want your opinion as to which one is the best. We're going to show 4 different options. I'm going to label them A, B, C, and D. I'm going to show you 2 of each tree and how to build each one. And then I want you guys to vote down in the comments, just like we do on our challenge videos. This is an example of a sample vote and how you're going to vote in the comments there. And we'll go ahead and let people vote for the next 3 days. And then I'll release the results. So let's go ahead and show how to build some of these trees. First one is A. Now this is how I traditionally built Lego trees, but I did step it up just a little bit for this video here. We're going to start very simple with a 1x1 round plate with open stud. And that's going to allow us to take 3 candlestick pieces in reddish brown and put that in there for our trunk. The next piece we need is a 6 long bar. And that's going to hold all of the leafy portion of the tree. Now I don't want to put it on yet because we have to build out the structure from there. Now the rest of this tree is going to be built with basically these 2 pieces and decorated up with 3 leaf pieces and green flowers. But how you arrange them is super important. You see, we don't want the tree to get too wide through here. We want to keep it slim. So I'm actually going to use one of the larger elements. And here I have it decorated up with 3 leaves on top, a couple of green flowers, and even a few on the bottom. Now that's actually going to be our middle section of the tree. Above that, this is actually 3 small branch pieces decorated up with 3 leaf pieces, top and bottom, and some green flowers. That's going to be kind of one of our upper sections. So we're going to put that on first. We're going to have the stopper at the top here. This one's actually going to go right underneath that. And then at the top and the bottom of the tree, we want it to taper a little bit. We want it to get thinner at the top and thinner at the bottom to give it more of an oval or circular shape. If we just use a bunch of these, it's going to look very square and boxy. Now the way I do that is I'm going to use these same smaller branch pieces, but instead of having them branch out from the middle, I'm going to connect them on the side. And it'll make kind of a smaller square or circle out of them. So we're going to overlap these just like this. 1, and then 1 facing in the opposite direction like that. And that just gives us a nice mixture where it slowly tapers inward and looks a little bit more realistic. I'm going to do the same thing on the top. 2 more of these facing away from each other. And we're going to do it up on the very top here. Just like that. And then we have to fill in that center there with just 3 3-leaf pieces stacked with a green flower on top. And there we have it. And this is just going to slide onto the trunk here. And there we have a nice small tree with a nice round shape. Now I've decided, because a lot of people have real beef with bright green 3 leaves. Obviously I use a lot of them because they're cheap. You can find them pretty much everywhere for inexpensive. The standard green variety costs a lot more, but for the sake of this video, I made each tree in bright green mixed with green, as well as full standard green. So you could see both if you prefer one over the other. So that's tree A, but we have 3 more we need to do. Next, tree B. Now tree B is going to be a little bit more complicated. We're going to start with a bottle topper or nipple piece. There's lots of different names for that piece. And then 2 reddish brown candlesticks. The candlestick to me makes the perfect size tree trunk for a small tree. Some people use 1x1 brick or pin connectors. I use those for a little bit larger trees, but for a tree of this size, I think the candlestick is perfect. Next, we're going to take a 1x1 round plate with open stud, and we're going to put it upside down on there, which will allow us to start to build the structure of the tree upside down. And then we're going to add some branches. The way we do that on this tree is we're going to use these bar pieces, and we're going to put 3 of them facing in a triangle. The heights are going to vary, which is good. It'll make the tree have a little bit more character to it. I've got 2 1x1 round plates on top of that as well, and we're just going to stick that on the trunk there. Now next, we can take these pieces here that have the clips on them and will hold a bar, and we're going to put one of those on each of these bars here. Just like that. I like to start them facing outward, and I'll fold them up as I finish the tree. The next layer is going to look pretty much the same. I did add an extra space in here, but you don't have to. But same basic thing. We do a triangle of these, we do clips on them, and we're going to do a second layer just like that. I do like to offset the layers, so it makes kind of a hexagon pattern just to space the branches out. And this is now ready to decorate. Now we need to build our branches, and the way we're going to do that, we're going to start with a flower stem piece in reddish brown. Then we're going to take some 3 leaves with green flowers on them and put one on each of these branches. Up from the middle, I'm going to use a reddish brown bar. For this lower level, I'm going to use 4 long bar. I'm going to put 3 leaves on it and a flower on the end, and stick that right in the middle. And that's our first branch. I'm going to make 2 more just like it, and that'll make for our first layer. Now, as I said before, I like to put these on sticking straight out until the tree is complete, and then we'll fold everything up. Now for the next layer, we're going to do it a little bit different. We're not going to use the flower stem pieces. We're just going to use bars. These are 3 long bars. If you want to vary it up, you can put a 4 long in there and put that on the lowest one. But I just did 3 long bars here. 3 leaves on each. And we'll just do our upper layer just like that. Now on the very top, we're going to make another one of these flower stem pieces with 3 leaves on it. And that'll stick right in the top of this open stud 1x1 round plate upside down. And on the top of that, I have a 4 long bar with 3 leaves on it and a flower on top right in there. And at this point, I can start to fold everything up. So I want to stagger these in between the leaves. And you don't want them like straight up. You want to give them some shape to them. Just like that. And then these are also going to fall right in there and cover up these empty spaces. And there we have it, a very nice looking brick built tree. Now just like the other one, I did one in bright green, and here is one in standard green. What do you think? That is tree B. Now on to tree C. Tree C is going to get a little bit more complicated yet, and it is going to use a technique that some of you might disagree with, but let me show you how I do this. We're going to start with a 1x1 plate, round with open stud, 2 candlesticks, and then we need to build branches. So the way this branch works, we're going to use flex tube. Now this is not genuine Lego flex tube. You can do this with genuine Lego flex tube. It actually works better with this fake stuff. I buy this from Bevan's Bricks. He's a fellow YouTuber. It's inexpensive. I think it's $1 or $2 per foot. He has all kinds of colors. They're not perfect matches to Lego colors, but they look good enough. And it's inexpensive, so you can cut it up to any length you want. And that's what I use. And then we're just going to thread, like stringing a necklace, the leaves onto this flex tube. And a longer one like this is going to get 4 leaves on the middle and then 1 on the end. And I'm going to vary the sizes as I go up. I'm going to do shorter ones near the top, longer ones near the bottom. And I like to leave these kind of in a row. I might stagger them a little bit, but you don't want them facing every direction. You know, a lot of small trees kind of grow up very linear like this. Next, we're going to take a flower stem piece and put that on top of the trunk. And then these are just going to branch out from it. They fit really nicely on there. So here we made a couple more, and we can just stick these on here. Now for the next layer, we're going to make the exact same thing. You can make some of the branches a little shorter, but you don't need to go super short just yet. And we're just going to put that right in the middle. And it'll give the tree a nice rounded feel to it and really start to fill out the bottom of the tree. After that, we're going to put another candlestick right down in the middle to give us a little space before we do our next level. The next level here is going to have a little shorter branches yet. And we're just going to stick that right on top. Now you can see it's filling out very nicely. Here we're going to put another candlestick in. And then a layer with really short branches. And I use green at the top because up here you're going to start to see more greenery and less trunk. You don't have to do that. You could do brown here. It'd still look good. But I like to do green up at the top here. Right there. And now it's looking really nice and round. And in the top, just one final piece of flex tube, 3 leaves on it and a flower on the end, right in the very top. And there we have our completed tree C. And of course, I did one in standard green as well. And that is our third design. We have one more to do, and that's the D tree. D tree is going to start with an inkwell, nipple, bottle topper piece, name it whatever you want. On the bottom, 3 reddish brown candlesticks on top of that. And then we're going to do a Travis brick. Now this design is inspired by my shrubbery video, insert Monty Python jokes here, that I just did a couple days ago. So if you want to watch that video, you can watch it here as well as at the end of the video. A lot of good tips, tricks, and techniques in there. And on this Travis brick, we're going to start to build outward. And the way I did that is I built these here, which is just a 1x1 round plate with 2 3 leaves on it. And I built 4 of those. I'm just going to put those on all 4 sides. You can use round 1x1 bricks, but I like this because it fills out the center better. So that's our start there. And you want to make sure Travis brick is upside down. It's very important. The next thing we need to do is we need to build the base unit for this tree, which looks like this. We're going to take one of these 6 branch flower stems, and we're going to do 6 of these 3 leaves with a flower on top, and we're going to build them out in a circle. The first layer, the lower layer, just kind of hangs straight down like this. The second layer, you have to kind of put up at an angle like that. And we're just going to do that all the way around. They can fit a little tight, but they will fit on. And once they're on, these hold super tight. And they kind of do a triangular pattern on top. But this is going to be the base unit for this tree, these little leaf clusters. So there's 1, and this tree is actually going to take 8 of these. So the first 4 are going to go around the base here. And we're just going to plug them into the end of these 3 leaf pieces. And these leaves in the back here are going to help fill this out. Otherwise it would look kind of empty in the middle. So 4 of these all the way around the tree, off of the Travis brick. And this tree is nice because it looks really bubbly. It's got kind of a lot of body to it. Next, we're going to take a reddish brown flower stem. And because this is upside down, this plugs in very nicely right into the top of that Travis brick. And next we need to make some connectors. So again, with the 3 leaf pieces, these are a little bit different. One of them is 3 leaf, flower piece, 3 leaf. And I did that twice. And then you have one that's just 3 leaf, flower piece, 3 leaf. That one goes on the shortest of the stems. Otherwise, the other 3 leaf will hit. So it just has one less 3 leaf piece on it. And then these will go on the longer 2. And then those are what we're going to build our next 3 clusters on, coming off of that flower stem. And it's already looking really good. We could quit right there, but we're going to go one step further. We have a reddish brown 4 long bar, 3 leaves on top. That's just going to go right down the middle. I may have to spread these a little bit to get in there. Uh-oh, I lost one. And then our final cluster right on the top to give it a very nice looking, almost pear shape to this tree. And of course, we did one in standard green as well. So these are our 4 designs. We have A, the flat branch pieces, B, the hinge pieces, C, the flex tube, and D, the branch clusters. So here's a sample vote again. Go ahead and put your votes down in the comments. We're going to give it 3 days of voting, and then we will decide what is the best small tree design. I'll give you some close-up photos here. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'll do more just like this in the future. That's all I have for this time, and we will see you next time.